What if I told you there was 4 habits that could actually make you a millionaire? And no, they aren't cliche things like to work hard or to be disciplined. What if they were habits that almost no one talked about because they are normally guarded and kept a secret by the ultra rich? Well, I'm going to tell you what these 4 habits are by telling you the true story of how I personally pretty much stole $7,000 from a man who makes $4 million a year. About 7 months ago, I started a consulting business where I began helping coaches grow their own YouTube channels. And this was a very easy sell for me because Mitch Manley was one of the fastest growing self-help brands in the world. And my clients very quickly started to get amazing results. There was this one anxiety coach who went from making under $5,000 every single month to making $65,000 per month in profit in just 3 months of my coaching. And there was another coach who was a business coach, and he made $30,000 in his first 5 days of joining my program. Things were going really, really well for me, and I was feeling amazing. But I eventually came across this one coach who told me that he was making $4 million a year from his coaching business. And now he basically wanted to get famous on YouTube. So he signed up for the program and we began working together. And because this was pretty much a one-on-one mentorship with me personally, him and I would talk a lot on the phone. So naturally, I began to ask him questions about how to become a millionaire and how to get really, really rich. Because it's not every day that you get to speak one-on-one with a guy who makes $4 million a year. And one of the first habits that he told me that I needed to understand in order to become a millionaire is that I needed to understand something called self-sabotage, which refers to the behaviors or the thought patterns that hold people back from getting the things that they want in life. So, for example, most people think that they want to become a millionaire, but the reality is that most people are scared to become a millionaire, and subconsciously, they will always revert back to their comfort zone, which could be making $2,000 per month or $5,000 every single month. Each and every one of us has an internal thermostat, and anytime you go above a certain amount of money every single month, you will stop working, you will start buying stupid things, and you will start getting lazy. But anytime you go below a certain number, you'll start working really, really hard, and you'll save money, and you'll stop buying Starbucks coffee. So the first habit that I learned is understanding what self-sabotage is and then learning how to kill that internal thermostat. Later on in that same conversation, I asked him where he learned about this stuff because self-sabotage was something that I kind of had heard of, but no one had ever said to me, Mitch, if you want to become a millionaire, you need to understand this. And he told me that he learned this from his mindset coach. And I remember when he said that, I thought to myself, really? A mindset coach? Is a mindset coach really necessary to become a millionaire? Because whenever I heard stuff like mindset coach or life coach, I always rolled my eyes. And I thought it was kind of dumb or almost a little bit cliche in a way. But then he said to me, Mitch, there is not a single millionaire that I know who didn't at least at some point have a mindset coach. And then he went on to tell me about these amazing athletes and how they all have mindset coaches. And he told me Mike Tyson, who is the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in the entire world, he had a mindset coach at the young age of 13 years old. Or Conor McGregor, who is the biggest MMA fighter in the world. And his mindset coach is Tony Robbins, who is a world-renowned personal development coach. Or Tyson Fury, who is currently the undefeated heavyweight boxing champion in the entire world. And when he was asked how important is mindset, he said this. And then there's people like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and Steve Jobs, and all of these people have preached about how important mindset is and how it's so foundational to success. After this phone call, I began to research more and more about how the brain worked, and I started to understand that our beliefs and thoughts truly do shape the way we interact with the world. Because if you have a bright, positive mindset, you will look for opportunities and you will seize those opportunities. However, if you have a negative mindset and you're always pessimistic, you will never see those opportunities and you certainly will never seize them. After we got to know each other more and more, I said, "Brother, I gotta ask this. How can you make $4 million a year while you're only working a couple hours per day?" Because this guy is only working like 5 to 6 hours every single day, and he's making $4 million every single year. And I asked him, doesn't making that much money require endless hours of work and sacrifice? And this is what he said: "Mitch, not at all. Hard work does not equal success, because if it did equal success, then you would see every construction worker, every teacher, every office worker, every garbage man, every postman, they all would be rich because they all work harder than me. But the difference between me and them is that I chose to learn a high value skill that people are willing to pay for, and I got great mentors to show me how to monetize that high value skill." I said to him, "Okay, I understand what you're saying, but for some reason, this doesn't really feel fair to me. How can all of these people who are working so hard make only $50,000 every single year, and here you are working a few hours per day and you're making $50,000 every couple days?" And his response really stuck with me. He said, "Mitch, this is just how life is. I don't make the rules for this wacky game that we call life. I'm just doing my very best to make the most out of this game that you and I are both a part of, whether we like it or not." And the reason why this answer really stuck with me is because he was right. You do need to learn some kind of high value skill if you want to make a bunch of money. Life isn't always fair, and you do need to put in some upfront work to learn a high value skill. So those two habits really stuck with me. One being get a high value skill in order to become rich, and two is understanding and acknowledging that life is not always quote unquote fair. This was the last conversation that we had with each other because I charged him $7,000 for my YouTube program. But because he was making so much money, it wasn't a big enough investment for him to actually take it seriously. So he stopped messaging me and he stopped replying to my messages. He literally gave me $7,000 for doing pretty much nothing. And believe me, it felt like I actually stole it from him. But him giving up on the YouTube channel taught me the most important habit, which is you have to be financially invested in your own goals and your own success. Because if you're not invested, then you won't ever do the hard work and you won't ever take things seriously. A question that I get asked all the time is, "Mitch, how do you make your money online? How can you afford to go to nice places and travel all over the world?" Because I was making money online well before I started making YouTube videos. The way that I've made my money online is by being a freelance consultant. But in the past year, I actually started my own consulting business where I've been helping people grow their own YouTube channels. And right now, as of recording this video, it's June 3rd, and I've already made $20,000 this month. So it's going really well, and it's really, really lucrative. So what I'm thinking of doing is starting another YouTube channel where I teach people how to start and grow their own online coaching business. Because I really do believe it's the easiest and most fulfilling way to actually make money online. But I don't want to start this channel unless you guys really want me to do it. Okay, so if you are someone and you want to break free of the 9 to 5 hamster wheel, you want to create your own online coaching business where you can travel the world and have fun, go ahead and subscribe to my other YouTube channel called Mitch Wiggins. And this channel will be linked in the description box of this video here. And if this channel gets a lot of followers, let's say between 20 to 30,000 or so, then I'll start making videos outlining exactly how to start your own online coaching business. Because what I've been able to do in the past few months has been unbelievable. But if you're not interested, that's totally fine by me. I just want to serve you guys the best way that I can.